Today's Thursday, November 14th, which means another week down, another week of transactions. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. This is A Life Well Spent. My name is Kelly, and on this channel, I document my financial journey. And like I said earlier, one of the type of videos I do is a weekly transaction video. Now, I do this, I usually track my transactions probably every couple of days, but then I sort of take a week long view of it after a week has passed. And I do this because I've had trouble keeping track of certain like just spending in certain categories. And I would get to the end of the month and think I did a really good job. And then when I would go to kind of reconcile my budget for the month, I would realize that I actually did a terrible job. So, yeah, the weekly transaction videos and just that time helps me take care of that and helps me stay on track. My transactions for the week. It's going to look like a bit of a hot mess, but I'll walk you through it. So, I bought something for a trip I'm gonna take, and I had been kind of hemming and hawing about buying it. It's a little, rumple travel blanket, and I actually bought one earlier. I made a purchase from REI, and I bought the wrong size, basically, and when it came, I was like, "This is not travel size, like, I cannot take this." It's supposed to be about the size or be able to kinda, like, pack down to be about the size of, like, a liter Nalgene bottle, and I was like, "Oh, perfect. That's very easy to store in a carry-on, in, like a personal bag, whatever, like that sounds great." The thing that came was like a sleeping bag size, and I was like, "Oh, that's not gonna work." So I need to do something different. So I'm gonna return that one. And then I went looking for a newer one. And I found one for it was about $85 plus like there's taxes and stuff. So it ended up being $90.10. Fortunately, I found it at Cabela's. I had a $50 gift card for Cabela's. So the first entry on here is the $50 gift card. Then it's the total price of the item from Cabela's, and then because I used it as a gift card, I wanted to take the money out of like personal spending because it would otherwise like show up weird. So that's why they had 3 entries there. But essentially, I only spent $40.10 out of pocket because the $50 came from my Cabela's gift card. And I'm so glad I was able to spend that because I've been trying. I think I said at some point, a few months ago, maybe just over the summer even, that I'd been doing some cleaning and some decluttering, and I kept finding, like, all of these gift cards. Like, "Look at this. I have this cute little gift card." It was from a refund of something I took back to AC Moore, but AC Moore does not exist anymore, so, like, that's useless. And I had other ones, and I kinda checked to make sure there were balances on them, and I thought, "Oh my god, like, I gotta try to spend these so that I don't end up losing them or store goes out of business and I can't use them." So yeah, so my goal was to kinda get on that. And, I was really struggling to find something that I needed to buy from Cabela's. And I don't even remember, like, maybe my brother got it for me as a gift a while back. And I mean, the last time he gave me something for, like, my birthday or for Christmas would easily be, like, 8 years ago. So that's how old it is. So cool, 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 cool. Anyway, so I'm glad to finally spent that on something that is useful. Um, I went to Trader Joe's, spent 18.95 on groceries. I've already blown my grocery budget for November. So yeah. 18.95. I just grabbed a couple salads and some odds and ends at Trader Joe's. I went to get gas at Sheets. I was driving about an hour to go see a movie, and that's what was I spent at. This is the movie theater. It was UEC. I forget what that actually stands for, but I went to see the Dragon Ball Daima. Daima? I don't even actually know how to pronounce that. Which is the new Dragon Ball series, and they were doing a showing of the first 3 episodes in the English dub, so I went out there. I thought that would be really fun, and actually, it was, like, the best theater experience I've ever had in my life. Um, I live in, like, hillbilly country, so we don't necessarily have good things like this, but I went into this movie theater and there was like recliners. Like I was in a legitimate recliner with like a very comfortable like set of armrests and like an armrest that honestly was big enough you could share it with the person on the other side of you. But yeah. Anyway, it was fantastic. And I think it was $13 for the tickets because of like it was one of the Fathom events and those tend to be more expensive. I don't know what like a normal movie ticket would cost. Now I can go to my local AMC for like $5 on Tuesdays. Um and I don't know, it's like a $6 matinee maybe. But let me tell you, if it's $13 for a ticket, I would absolutely pay $13 for a ticket to have that enjoyable of a movie experience. Like, it was incredible. There was so much space in between rows even that I was like at first I didn't realize it was because of the recliners, but I was like, "Oh my god, there's so much room to maneuver here." Like, how great is that? Because such a pain to like when people try to get up and they have to move and you're sitting in the middle and they're climbing over you and like that's annoying. And here I'm like, "Man, I don't even have to do that. It's not even close." And I was like, "This is like handicap wheelchair friendly. Like that never happens." And then I opened up my recliner and I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." And like, "Oh, it's probably gonna get tight now." And I looked ahead and I was like, "No, there's still so much space." It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I would totally pay $13 to go see a movie there. 15.25 was just like popcorn and drink and candy and stuff. Then I went to Sam's the next day. I spent $118.98 on food. Some of this was it was my turn. My friends and I at work started doing this thing a couple of years ago, and we've just kind of kept it going. Somebody will prepare food for the week, not for the week, like it's their turn. You take one turn a week. And when it's your turn, you prepare food or buy food. Like it doesn't matter, but like you bring enough for everybody in the group. And so it's kind of like one meal you never really have to worry about planning. And then the next week it's somebody else and yada, yada, yada. And nobody volunteered for anything over the weekend. And we had like everybody's kind of already gone once and one person went a second time. So I was like, we'll see how things shake out. And I went to the movies on Sunday. So I didn't really have time to like make anything. And I thought, ooh, why don't I make or just get like some pulled pork from Sam's? I'll get buns and we'll just make like pulled pork sandwiches and stuff like that. So I got some of those things and then some things like I would normally need to get. So that's why it's so much more. I stopped to get gas because that was a heck of a trip out and back. And I thought, well, I got half a tank. Let me just fill up. I still have not. Oh, that doesn't belong in there. I was doing some math and that was something else. Still have not done my Shutterfly stuff yet, so I'll have to drop that down. Then I went to Wegmans. I went to Wegmans and spent $132.70. Most of that was like cold medicine, more vitamin C, airborne, because I think when I went to the movies, I think I got sick. And that's part of the reason I also spent a whole bunch more money. Because when I get sick, oh my god, I crave junk food. I crave junk food like no other. Like there normally I can walk past it. Like I bought ice cream. I never buy ice cream. I bought fudge stripe cookies. I bought chocolate. I bought all kinds of candy. Like I spent a ridiculous amount of money on stuff I absolutely don't need, but that I know when I'm sick, like I want so much. And I was initially going to I bought myself soup, so I need to cook some of that up. I was originally going to get stuff to make soup, and then I like was just feeling more and more tired, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to do this." But I also knew that like I was running out of nighttime cold medicine, so I needed some of that, and I thought I might have some daytime medicine, but it also might be expired, so I better get something. So yeah, it was a lot of that. And then I bought lottery tickets because that's the purchase I regret in a very weak mode. Moment of weakness from pending illness. And I honestly don't know what is wrong with me because it's now Thursday. Like my throat feels froggy. My voice probably sounds a little froggy. Um, but this is either like the mildest cold on the planet or it is taking forever to develop. And like I'll take either. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to be like full blown sick, but I keep expecting to feel worse. and I've, like, basically gone home. It's 7:30, no, 7:46 right now, and as soon as I'm done with this video, I am going to bed and going to sleep. I already took my nighttime cold meds. So, anyway, I'm fighting it off, but whatever. Anyway, so $25, it was a scratch off and which I haven't even scratched off yet. And I think the Mega Millions or something. I don't know. I'm sure I won nothing and just wasted $25. All right. Dividends, 38 cents to my checking account and $56.69. That's the dividends to my high yield savings account. So there's a bunch of different entries on here. One is just that coming in as miscellaneous extra income. And then I have it where I'm, transferring it over to my savings, my emergency fund, so I can keep track of that. And then it was a week of, yeah, don't mind my notes here. It was a week of moving money around from my paycheck and making sure that I am topping off my different sinking funds. So that's what these next entries are. So 167.75 went to my clothing fund, and that's topped that off. My car repair fund 603.12, that's topped that off. Giving fund 287.17, which has also topped that off. Gift fund, I had like a random extra $1.38, so I put that in the gift fund. $50 went into the garden fund. That is not topped off yet, but I can get away with doing like $50 a month until I actually need the money. So I may do that like in January. I might just be like, all right, we'll top that off and then go from there. But I don't know. We'll see. And then $509.91 in the travel fund. Now, my note to this myself is I have um I have paid out of my checking account a couple of things that the money should have come out of my travel account. So I've just made the note there so that like when I'm done like buying everything that I need to buy for my trip, that I just make the transfer all at once. So I'm reminding myself basically that I have to transfer that money out so that it matches. So that's pretty much it. But okay, those are my expenses for the second week of, or well, not just my expenses, I guess. Those are my transactions in the second week of November. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. When do you do any kind of reconciling in your budget? Do you take a look at how you're doing every week? Do you take a look at every other week? Do you just wait to the end of the month and, kind of wish and prayer? Leave a comment. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.